Ellen, Oprah, Ashton Kutcher. Some of the biggest names in Hollywood are scrambling after the feds started arresting people close to Diddy. Diddy knows that the only way he gets out
operating with the feds.
So now we have two people come out saying that Diddy was talking to the feds. Do you think that's true?
Whether it's true or not, and he might have been cooperative in some way, shape, or form, you don't get away with human trafficking unless you give up John Gotti or something like that, and that's not what happened here. I can tell you, Jesse, that this investigation's been going on for a long time, very closely held by HSI, so much so that even some of the agents on the raid a week ago today didn't know whose house they were raiding until they got there. That's how closely held this investigation.
Wow, because there could have been a tip.
Absolutely.
And there are allegations that he was paying law enforcement through his chief of security, which also happened to be Michael Jackson's chief of security.
I don't know if I buy into that. You know, people in Diddy's situation like to have those involved in law enforcement close to them. But that doesn't mean they're taking payoffs. That doesn't mean they're doing big favors. They like that closeness. It's just like how Diddy was able to court Diageo or Estee Lauder. He was very successful in doing that, and that made him a lot of money and gave him credibility outside the hip-hop rap world. And that's what he was trying to do here, a lot like what Epstein.
Diddy has been working with the feds for years as a confidential informant, and now he's ready to sing if it means he can get out sooner. His lawyers know that there is no other way for Diddy to escape prison.
For his freedom, Diddy will do whatever it takes, even if it means betraying the people he was closest to.
How does it go on for so long? You know, when we were on the street, we didn't get a day's rest. I mean, the government was all over us. The FBI is all over us. They got investigations on us. They got informants. They got surveillance equipment.
He was not cutting you off, but he was an informant for years.
Was he really?
Yeah. That's why when people was like, oh, he's going to run, oh, he's not. It's the reason why these type of people get caught up.
Joe Rogan confirmed the same thing. There is absolutely no way the feds didn't know what Diddy was doing. The whispers were there for years, and even industry insiders knew that Diddy was up to something. The fact
that Diddy's mansion was raided by Homeland Security is proof of this. This wasn't just any other federal lawsuit. Homeland's involvement shows just how powerful the people caught up in this were.
Do you think the government was involved in the P. Diddy stuff?
1,000%.
Really?
I think they wanted to blackmail serious Hollywood people, serious music people, serious athletes. I think that Diddy opens up a different world than Epstein opened up. And I think if you want control over people in that world, there's startling similarities between Diddy and Epstein. And, you know, I mean, Diddy had the same head of security as Michael Jackson.
What does that mean?
Well,
was Michael Jackson in the government?
No, Michael Jackson has been credibly accused of inappropriate activities.
Oh, right.
And he had a security guard that
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just an interesting connection.
But generally, like, people that specialize in top-level celebrities like that, they work in the same circles.
Yes, but those are two top,
Yeah, but I see, that's what's interesting is, like, we didn't know about the Diddy thing until, look, I've been in Hollywood I was there for 25, 26 years or something like that. I didn't know about the Diddy parties.
No, I think you have to get invited to
a white party, like on like People magazine or something like that.
Well, I think it's just one of those things that, like, you're invited to, and you could go and show up there and stay for an hour, and it's all completely innocent. And then there are after parties or certain things.
Well, they would tell people,
right?
You know, at midnight, you better go the fuck home, or
it gets wild.
Be prepared to freak off.
And there's targets. I think people, they want leverage on certain people.
Well, certainly if you have artists, right? Like, say if you have an artist,
Gene Deal confirmed that Diddy was working with the feds as a confidential informant. The secret meetings, the mystery calls. Gene saw it all. Diddy acted like he was bigger than the law. But the truth was that he knew they would never come after him.
Acted like he was bigger than the law, but the truth was that he knew they would never come after him. As long as Diddy did what he was told, they wouldn't arrest him. Diddy fed the police with information, and they let his abuse continue.
That's a confidential informant. They'll let you do crimes, as long as you don't do no murders and stuff like that. They'll let you go around and pay you. We had a lot of people on the payroll when we was doing security. Everybody had, somebody might have this first 10 hours, that 10 hours, or whatever. He was paying law enforcement. He had a budget for law enforcement. Now, if something goes wrong, those people got friends in certain places. Then plus he tells his handler, yo, can you make this go away for me? I'll give you this and that. Now, that could be a lot of speculations or whatever like that. But why would you have or be working for an FBI agent if you're not an informant? Why? So when you got that kind of money, you could hire people to make a lot of things go away for you. Like you hired lawyers. Those lawyers,
industry elites and other record company executives knew this too. Suge Knight has been saying this for decades. Diddy has always had a good relationship with the government. He has been snitching for years.
There is nothing he is for decades. Diddy has always had a good relationship with the government. He has been snitching for years. There is nothing he isn't going to say or do that will help get out. Diddy's best friends, they all know what's coming for them, and they're getting ready to run.
If the answers are there, how could you not say they don't want to see Puffy get life? The FBI is the most powerful people in the world. It's government. They have great prosecution people. Look at the prosecution rate. I think it's maybe 92, 98%. If you was just looking at it, you wouldn't think the prosecutors, as great as they are, if they was really trying to get this man off the streets. But it's still, if I was talking, I did some time and got it out the way. Because if he go in there and do a little time, he was going to feel he paid some debt to society. He'll start off where he left. If he get no time, the street's going to know the deal's been cut. If you get no time, nobody in the industry is going to fuck with him. It's going to be a bad problem for him because Puffy got to have security 24 hours a day. It ain't Puffy can get out of jail and start his own car up and drive around and live life. Him without security, he know he on borrowed time. So
it's possible that Diddy's deal with the government has already been finalized. The details of such a deal will never be publicly revealed, but everyone can see what's happening. TMZ reported that Diddy has been bragging to other inmates about a pardon.
The details of such a deal will never be publicly revealed, but everyone can see what's happening. TMZ reported that Diddy has been bragging to other inmates about a pardon. Diddy's lawyer, Mark Garagos, said the same thing. In a recent interview, he revealed that Diddy is planning something that will shock everyone.
There's a lot of news coming out. We reported a story about a pardon.
Yes,
Yeah.
all I'll tell you is I think your story was accurate. I'll leave it at that.
Well, I mean,
So-
this week some decision will be made. What's the feeling?
I have no idea about timing. All I know is everything that I read in that article looked accurate.
Well, look, that's probably some relief to Diddy's team, you know. And
I don't know. I think they're moving ahead. I don't think anybody is counting on anything, and
Right.
I think the reporting was accurate.
How did you hear he's faring since the sentencing?
I don't know. I mean, I hopefully we'll see him soon and find out.
I guess lastly, I would ask, what do you think his future looks like?
I have
You
the
know?
utmost confidence in Sean. I think Sean will make a comeback, the likes of which people are not expecting. So I have, I've watched him over. I've known him.
What is Diddy planning, and is it really a coincidence that just days after Mark said this, TMZ confirmed that Diddy and Donald Trump had discussed a potential
Fans, or do you think?
And part of character is when you fall down, you get back up.
Hey, thank you, Mark.
What is Diddy planning, and is it really a coincidence that just days after Mark said this, TMZ confirmed that Diddy and Donald Trump had discussed a potential pardon? Just who is Diddy going to snitch on in exchange for his pardon?
Diddy could be a free man by the end of this week. We broke a story last night that Donald Trump is seriously considering commuting his sentence. And there has been a lot of fallout with our story.
By the way, commuting his sentence before he's even in a prison.
Right.
He's still at Brooklyn MDC waiting to find out which prison he's going to. But this is something that President Trump is considering. And the fact that he's considering it is causing a bit of an internal war at the White House, because not everybody in the administration thinks this is a good idea.
So we are told this. And this is coming from somebody high up in the White House. We broke that story, incidentally, that right after the sentencing, his legal team, Diddy's legal team, got in touch with somebody who had the president's ear. And
if you look at Diddy's history and the criminal investigation against him, it becomes clear that there was more going on than what we were told. Diddy was committing these crimes for 20 years.